You can't be serious, man. You cannot be serious.
How long have we been doing this for?
Yeah, well, we've been. How long?
How long? We've been going for most of the year now. But I was just about while that music was going, I was going to ask Sue a question, and you would have gone, "That'd be right, Duck."
Well,
we've only been doing this for so long, and you're just.
What question were you going to? Would you like me to mute you while you ask?
No. I was going to ask a question about Simon from Colac Motors. That's all.
What gratuitous plug you've just given him?
No, it is a gratuitous plug that I've given him, but he's going to be here grand final day. I was just going to confirm
give him a plug on
with you that he's coming.
Day.
Yes, but he's definitely coming.
So seeing as you've started that,
yep.
Seeing as you've mentioned that, we have 2 spots available. We think there's 2 spots.
We think there's 2 spots,
and we're going to say again. Once people like to give us the remittance, they're in. And all those people who say, yes, we're going to come, there's 2 spots left.
And I'm glad you've
20.
said that. I'm glad you've said that because I've got a number of people that have said, yep, Duck, all good, and which I've got to contact today. But if they don't get it in before someone else, they will miss out.
If they get usurped.
Correct. And once it's in, it's in.
That's it. And then
pulling out.
And next week we will announce where the venue is, and we'll announce. So let's just recap. It's grand final morning live streaming podcast at an address in Port Melbourne.
And you know what? I'm excited. I'm excited about. I'm really excited because people are going to get to see where the magic is made. Where Sue makes the magic. You deliver some magic. You deliver some BS as well.
They're going to see where you and I speak bullshit.
Yes, correct.
And we're going to feed them.
Yes,
and
they're going to
hydrate
be
them,
well fed,
and give them a memorabilia jumper with your stats and signature on
my
it,
stats.
And mine.
There's also they're going to get there's going to be giveaways.
From
I found out today.
At PP and you, PP meaning
PP meaning going to
personalised. What is it?
Personalised
promotions and personalised promotions and uniforms. And I think Nathan is coming in to bring the jumpers next week.
Beautiful.
And we'll have a chat.
So we'll still do, just to clarify deduction for me, I know, but we will be doing a podcast on Wednesday. As per normal.
We will.
We'll be doing it Wednesday, and then we'll be doing the live streaming on grand final day.
We will, and those people who have paid to come, we will speak to them about their business so that they do have a legitimate tax deduction.
Yep.
And we will cater them, and we will show them
they're going to be
your
very well fed.
There, and you can rub shoulders with them and so that's what we're doing.
Yes, I'm actually, you know, I tell you why I'm looking forward to it because you and I both do the odd. You do a lot. I don't do many.
I don't do many. I get cancelled most of the time.
You've got plenty on. By the way, I did notice you got one on the Friday out with the Chook. The Chook, you and Fev.
That's right. So the Chook tells
that's
me
been
cancelled.
No. I'm concerned that it only got put together 2 weeks ago.
That's all right.
That's all. I'm concerned that it only got put together. How was Queensland, by the way?
Very good. Yes, your friend up there, we spoke.
Did it go well?
Yes. Well, you got to ask them, but they said it went well.
Yeah.
So,
good.
And I'll tell you who is almost out of control, almost more than you.
Oh, I know who you're going to say.
He is.
Dell? Who? Who you're talking about?
Wendell Saylor. Holy mackerel.
Isn't he a ripper?
He is like a firecracker.
He's you know what? He's full of personality. He's an absolute ripper. What about?
What do we think he's got? ADHD.
He might have. He mightn't have bipolar. He might have tripolar. No, he's an absolute beauty legend. Imagine him, Sam.
I know.
We talk about we talk about AFL footballers being tough and ready and rumble. Imagine big Wendell Saylor running full tilt straight at you and you having to tackle him.
I know. He is an amazing man.
He is a bull.
So we had to drive from Brisbane down to the Gold Coast to do the second gig the next day, and there was a little people mover that was chauffeured down, and there was 4 of us in it. And he spoke from the time he picked us up. He spoke for 40 minutes non-stop about I wasn't game to not look at it. And he said, "Are you paying attention?" I said,
"He's a legend."
Mate, I said, "I'm not game to take my eyes off you." And then he mentioned something about a thing, and I said, "Oh, well, as a matter of fact." And at that stage, when I started speaking, he put some earphones in, and I said, What are you doing?" He said, "Well, I'm finished now. I'm listening to music."
Oh,
he couldn't
care less what you had to say.
He was unbelievable.
Oh,
Anyhow,
he does.
Unbelievable.
No, I enjoy his company a lot. He's a very, very bubbly, good man to be around. I tell you what, you can't help but, you can't help. He puts a smile on your face.
Yes,
was he good? So did he speak with you? Was he a guest speaker, or was he just coming along?
He was going to be the guest speaker at the next function down in somewhere. But he can put you into the shade about telling you how good he is and what he's done.
Well, he's a dual international.
Oh, that's not lost on you. He mentions that every other sentence.
Puts you into the shade. When has since have ever I pissed in my own pocket?
Eh?
When have I pissed in my own pocket?
What time is it? Well, and not 10 minutes ago when you walked in that door before we went on air.
What did I say?
Well, you said they'll be coming here to see me, the people on grand final morning.
I did.
You did. You said,
that.
Geez, you said you just make sure you do. You got the topics and you can speak and do the microphone. Yep. I will entertain the crowd.
So just for so we'll be doing. Sue, this is where we're going to be doing. No, we're not. So this will be taken upstairs. Gotcha. Okay.
So you're giving out the address almost?
No.
Yes,
how did I give out the address? I pointed. What, by pointing at the desk?
Well,
how's that
know we do it here.
Anyway, they do not.
We don't want crowds of people.
Who do you think you are?
Brainstorming.
You think you're George Clooney? I'm certainly no Brad. Oh yeah. You know what? How sad. Before we get into some footy stuff and some, let's touch on. And I know this is close to your heart, but I cannot take my eyes off my phone. And I know a lot of people will say, "Oh, you're a wanker. Who cares? Whatever." But Charlie Kirk.
Oh yes.
And what happened over in America about a week ago?
Yeah, Yep.
I mean, I was a person like you, not to your degree, but I'm a person that does follow the American politics, and I do follow, and I do like listening to intelligent people debate big topics. And he is one of the best debaters, and obviously one of the biggest voices for freedom of speech that I think that the world has ever seen, to be honest. I mean, he spoke at, obviously, universities.
Went to enemy territory.
Correct.
Just to have a dialogue with
absolutely.
people about God, country.
Yep.
God, country and family.
Yeah.
And got roundly condemned by the most disgraceful, despicable people that live on this planet for having that very conversation with you. And I saw a couple of people who said, I saw a couple of people who you wouldn't think, Hollywood people who are far leftists, said, I saw this... Curtis, what's her name? Jamie Lee Curtis. I didn't agree with one thing that man said. In fact, I honestly didn't. He said,
didn't agree. How could you not?
Anyhow,
agree with
she
a lot
said,
of what he
but
said?
What they did to him, that boy, is a disgrace. He was a lovely man.
Well done to her then.
And she said, "It is that is."
But see,
turned my life around.
But that is what. But that is. But see that exact comment there from Jamie Lee Curtis. That's exactly what debate is. That is. Getting in a dialogue with someone else, Sam, having an intelligent, hopefully an intelligent conversation, not necessarily coming out agreeing with the other person, but acknowledging that they can have their view and you can have your view. And And he is one person, I will say, that I've sat there and listened, and he's been challenged a few times, sometimes by students, sometimes I've heard him speak to gay men, of transgender people. I've heard him speak to every walk of life out there. And the way he's debated, and I've disagreed at the start. By the time the conversation or the debate has ended, I've agreed with him. That's the type of intelligence and intellect and debater that this man was.
Invites anyone out of the crowd to give them a microphone to come and say exactly what they want, and he will say, well, what about this? And they'll say, I still don't agree with you. Thank you for coming up and chatting. And a trans boy who was in the process of transitioning, was going out with a trans boy, that piece of, well, it doesn't matter what he is.
Well, that's just come out, hasn't it?
Yeah, that's just, but Tyler Robinson.
Yep. So you shouldn't mention it. No. But this is the other thing. People are going to sit there and say, what are those two wankers, Sam Newman? I mean, you're better read on this than me, but like I said, I do follow it, and I do know that man very well, and I've listened to a million of his debates, so I am well read on this topic. But there'll be flogs out there that say, what's the old Sam Newman and Wayne, in particular Wayne Carey, talking about Charlie Kirk for? I tell you why, because I listened to him, and I listened to him debate, and he was intelligent and all of those things. So I'm not just sitting on here ranting about someone. I obviously didn't know him personally, but I knew his work, and I admired his work, Sam.
The bigger picture with you and I, Duck, and all those people who say, oh, yes, you old bloke.
Yeah, apparently just because we played footy, we can't have a view on other things in the world.
What we've got to the stage now, it is quite acceptable in America that if you disagree with someone, you can go and murder them.
Yeah,
that's where we've got to, and that is the essence of trying to stop free speech. That boy who was not violent at all, just discussed, someone disagreed with him, and they shot and killed him, and now they say sections of it. Very big sections of America say he deserved it.
I know,
and so it's
I've
now
heard
carte blanche now to shoot someone if you don't agree.
I've heard young people cheering and saying it's the best thing. Like, just the fact that type of stuff comes out of people's mouth is absolutely disgusting. Because, as you said, excuse me, this man never hurt anyone. He was a Christian, loving father.
God,
father, husband, and you know, he said he sinned when he was young. I don't know what he did when he was younger, but he reverted to God, and he was just highly intelligent man. Help your great man get over the line. And
that is the essence of why they shot him, because he had converted
isn't it
people
amazing,
to follow
though,
Trump, and it's all about Trump, and they've tried twice to kill Trump, and they'll probably try again over in Britain today when he arrives.
What's he going over to Britain for?
He's being received by the Prime Minister of Britain today.
Oh, right.
He's there on a state visit.
Who is the Prime Minister of...
Keir Starmer.
Keir Starmer.
Keir Starmer, I think his name is. Yep. And they'll try and have a crack at him there. But this is where that country is headed, and we'll probably follow that. If you disagree with someone, what they say, it's quite open slather to shoot them and kill them.
It is,
and that's where we're up to.
It is quite amazing. Well, anyway, I've been that, and I'll say, like, in shock, emotional about a guy, someone I don't even know. No different to when other people have been shot and killed, and the history. And I've watched all the documentaries and all the things that have happened over there. And the fact that sort of stuff's still happening, and that's why. And I've got to say, I'm happy to say this: America is that word that Caroline Wilson doesn't like anyone saying.
Yes.
It is effed.
It is. And
it is absolutely effed.
And I don't care if I say this again. I've been saying it since he walked down the elevator in 2016. The man that's saving that country is Donald Trump. I don't care what anyone says. I see he's had a go at the ABC over in America today. Someone asked him about, some woman asked him on behalf of Australian Broadcasting Commission, asked him about, who's running your company? You're making all these decisions to line your own pocket with your companies. He said, He said, you know, the trouble with you is, he said, you're what's wrong with Australia. He said, you're what's wrong with Australia. You are.
That came out of Trump's mouth, did it?
You are hurting Australia, your organisation.
There you go.
They're down
Well
on
done.
him because he's
Good on him.
trying to save
Yeah.
that country for no personal gain himself.
And
And
that-
people say, oh, bullshit, that's not right. But
And in this
I'm
country,
too well read
and in this country, so over there you debate someone, you get shot. Here you're allowed to run into someone's house with machetes, and you don't even go to jail. So that's where the world's at. That's where we're at. That's where they're at.
So I've
You
got
cannot be serious, Sam.
So I've got Dickie coming in.
Dickie coming.
Richard Wilson-Croft. So we keep I've got much more on what's
Good.
going
Okay,
on
but-
over there.
Well, I just wanted to get into the hard stuff early, and then we can now we can sort of let's move on to a little bit of sport. Do you want to move on to some sport?
Don't you worry about that.
Because
Duck.
Yes,
I've got
I'm
Dickie and
Dick,
Duck.
yeah.
So you know my opinion of the way football's played.
Yep.
It's been dismantled. It's almost dumbed down to its unrecognisable from how it was formerly
Used to,
played.
yep.
That doesn't mean to say it's not exciting. And do you think it's been a great season? Just before we get on to the final fortnight of this, do you think the 2025 season will go down as a great example of how our game was played, is umpired, is administered? Do you think that?
I don't think it goes. I don't think, for a number of reasons, and we won't go through them all because we'll be here for a week. But for a number of reasons, I think this year doesn't go down. Now it probably is up in attendance this week. This week will be. They'll break a record this week because they have 2 finals at the MCG.
And
so
it'll
they'll
be
get
exciting.
Correct. They'll get 90+ there. So they'll break the preliminary final attendance record this weekend.
They will.
So then they'll all applaud themselves, pat themselves on the back, and say how good we're doing.
Yeah.
In saying that, I think I concur with. There has been numerous things this year. There's been an upheaval in the senior ranks. There's been movement in there. The umpiring has been one of huge conjecture all year. The standard of play, the gap between the top 8 and the bottom 8, there's 18, the top 9 even, and the bottom 9, the gap is huge. So there has been heaps of stuff that I don't think has gone quite right for the AFL this year, but it still remains to be the most popular game in our country. They're still the best game in our country, Sam, albeit a different one, I agree, but it hasn't been smooth sailing, unlike yours and Sue's trip around the country not long ago. And also your caravan. Hey, by the way, will you be showcasing the caravan on Friday, Saturday, Sunday?
Friday, Saturday, and Sunday out at the showgrounds, out at the Sandown Race Club.
Yep. So you'll be showing. Yeah, but will that be parked here or
Yes.
well, not here? Or I'm not giving away the address. Will that be parked so people can have a look at it on the day of the podcast? If you got it back in time, because I think, by the way, that would be a great promotion for it.
It's out being unveiled at the caravan show out at Sandown.
Well, considering you're going to have 20, you're going to have 20 people that have their own.
Buy them.
They have
Might
businesses.
buy one each.
Well, you might sell 2 or 3 on that day if it's here, so people can walk through it. Just make sure you make the bed.
Well, Sue sleeps and I sleep in the tug out the thing that pulls it.
Make sure you make. Yeah, so
Yeah.
I think that'll be.
It's up to Sue that
that's
makes the
good
bed.
idea.
I've never been in the bed. I don't know what it's like. I'm banned from the bed.
You're banned from the bed.
I thought you might be interested in this.
Yes. So on to the footy.
We've started them. I said, did you think it was a great season?
Yeah.
The sides playing in the finals just play bad football better than the other people.
No, it hasn't been a rip snorter.
And if we could stop grovelling to an organisation that allows imposters to make you feel embarrassed, that is, stop grovelling to the AFL, who allow the welcome to country to completely overshadow and diminish the start of any game and any function.
Get on to what you're just about, because you showed me this 2 days ago and I was blown away by it.
Since 2002 up until the present time, there is 4 clubs, Lions, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's five clubs who have appeared either in a grand final or played in one and got beaten. And they are the Lions, the Cats, the Hawks, the Pies, and that's it.
The Swans?
The Lions.
The Swans not in there?
The Lions. No, the Swans. The Swans have won one, but they've beaten either one of those 5 sides. So those 4 sides, Lions, Cats,
Pies.
That's 4 sides who have either played in a grand final or got beaten in a grand final. They're the only 4 sides.
That is when you look at that,
that is an extraordinary stat.
And apparently the equalisation of the competition.
Yep.
But you look at that and you say, well, it hasn't really been that equal, because there's been that the domination of those. You would have to throw Sydney in there in terms of consistency over that time.
Yes.
You threw Sydney in there and then you say that is 5 sides that have absolutely dominated the competition for that amount of time.
Yes.
Yeah.
But the significance of those 4 sides is they either played or they got beaten in one.
And they're going to be, and 3 of them are there this weekend.
They are, Duck. I didn't even... Oh, well, that was part of the stat. No, that's up to 2004, so you're absolutely... 2024.
No, so 2025, you've got the Hawks in there,
correct.
you've got the Lions in there, and you've got the Pies in there.
You are absolutely... So if the who's the other side playing? Brisbane? No. Brisbane?
No, you got Brisbane,
Yeah.
you got the Hawks.
Yeah.
You
Geelong.
got the Pies and you got Geelong.
Well,
Yes.
the
So the 4 teams, yes.
That's going to...
2025, what are we talking about?
That's going to perpetuate for the next year.
Now, are you going on Friday night?
Well, now...
I've just got to, I have to say, so did you see my tweet that I put out?
When? No, I didn't.
Well, anyway, I logged on
X?
I logged on to Ticket Tech that the AFL
yes, I
put
saw
you
that.
through.
I saw that.
Yeah, and
That was on X.
And by the way, I put exhaust because your predictive test should have been exhausted, but and I got pulled up for that. But it wasn't a mistake. It was just because I quickly did it.
Text,
Correct. But so you get on there 9 o'clock, bang bang bang, log in, get shut out. It says nah. So because there's so many people, I guess, logging in, shut you out. 9:15, I finally got through. Tickets exhausted.
Yep.
9:15. So I wasn't able to get the tickets, but I will say, and I just want to say thank you to the AFL.
Did they saw the text? Did they?
Well,
and they got in touch?
No. I was able to ring someone, I'm happy to. I'll give him a
shout
I
out.
will give him a shout. No, I won't. He probably doesn't want a shout out, but someone at the AFL who I rang directly and said, "There you go. There's Mr. Dylan who's calling." So I rang this man direct. Mark Rasciuto called me. He said, "Duck, my wife and I, Sarah, saw your tweet." And I thought, geez, Roo, surely you got something better on than to read my tweets. But anyway, Roo rang me straight away. He said, "I've got a man at the AFL, and I'll ask him whether it's okay to mention him. He'll probably say no." But
well, what do you mean? Mention the man at the AFL?
He said, ring this man. He said at times when Sarah, because he palms it off to Sarah to order his tickets. She's only got 7 of his kids, but he palms the ordering off to her. And he said, ring this man, and I just want to say thank you, and I will, if it's okay, I will use his name next week.
Well, use it now.
He's come up, he's produced.
Come up with the goods.
He's produced, and I just want to say thank you.
Which was probably the idea of you texting, putting the text in.
And for all the people on there laughing at me on Twitter saying, "Oh, you dickhead, I'm a gold member, I got 4 tickets and this and that." And then someone else said, well, he did play the equivalent of 300 games. He's a life member. He does deserve his And
This is you, Duck.
yes,
Yeah,
of course.
yeah.
Well, anyone that's alike.
I know.
In actual
Don't
fact,
worry about the poor rank and file blokes out in Spotswood who can't get a ticket. And they get on at 1 minute past 9 and they say all the tickets are gone. And they've got no one to ring at the AFL.
And I
Put the bloke, Frank Swanson, who lives in Spotswood, onto the bloke at the AFL.
They didn't play 300 games for the bloody AFL, did they? I did.
Yeah.
So but I do. I'm for the common man and woman to make sure that they get to these
games. They
games.
don't take your seat.
Correct. The corporate. The other fun part of this, and this is what I want to, and I'll say this, and this is why I was so.
Who's the man you rang? I'm going to ring
passionate about it, because the tickets that I get, right, and also entitled to, if I do not give those,
just tell us why you're entitled
and
again.
I've told you this.
I
told you this. I don't sell those tickets, right? I give them if I can't go to the game. I give them to someone that barracks for that team. I have best mates ringing me up, and I couldn't get to Adelaide for the last week's final. I couldn't get over there for the Hawks and the Crows. So I had mates of mine ring me up and say, "Duck, can I have those tickets?" I said, "No." And these are some of my best mates. I said, "No, you can't." I said, "You don't barrack for the Crows. You don't barrack for the Hawks. You know what you are? You're a movie goer. You're a theatre goer. A theatre goer." I said, "So no, I'll be giving them to someone that barracks for either of those teams."
You've become a mini ticket tech.
Ticket tech. I'm against ticket tech.
So if you're not going to go to the football, why do you want a ticket?
Because I'm entitled to them, and I want to give them to. If I can't go, generally,
I get 2 tickets.
Generally, I want to go. But if something comes up, one of the kids gets a cold or something happens, I then will gift them to someone.
But you have to pay for them.
No, I don't have to pay for them. I gift them to someone. And a couple of our mates, we won't mention their names either.
Why won't we?
But a couple of them ring me up and say, "Oh, Duck, I'll give you $250 for them, and I'll give you $500 for them, and all this." And I say, No, because I know that then they go and sell them for $750, and they put $500 on top of them, and we know who they are. But
so you don't have any contacts at the MCC, do you? Because they banned me last year because I gave a ticket away because I was up having an operation on my ankle, and they said, "No, you've given your ticket away when you shouldn't have," and they banned me for this year's grand final. So I wrote them. I texted them, emailed them a long time ago and said, "I have a certificate which says fits with your compliance. I couldn't go because I had an ankle operation, and I'm waiting 1 minute away from the grand final tickets going on sale. I'm still waiting for them to say I haven't been banned." If you've got a friend at the MCC, you could give me.
Didn't you? Well, for starters, go in properly dressed instead of like a hobo.
I didn't go last year. I gave my ticket away because
you got in trouble for doing that. Well, the tickets you get from the AFL.
Because they thought I was scamming them.
Yes.
I wasn't scamming them. I had
scam anyone? You're not a scammer.
Thank you, Duck.
Yeah.
But I had a medical certificate, which is part of their requirement. If you can't go, give us your doctor's certificate to say why you couldn't. I sent that to them, and I'm still banned.
Yeah. You're still banned?
Well, because they haven't responded.
Did you find out, is he still... Yeah, surely
they haven't responded to my email.
How long...
Well, exactly.
Well, maybe you and Warwick can go and watch a game somewhere.
And there's...
You and Warwick can go and watch. How long's he banned for?
5 years.
He fired back. They should have given that toss at 10.
No, they should have
given him 10 that tosser
for 5 years.
Yes, anyway. You know what?
Why don't you give him a ticket?
Hey? Who?
Warwick. The Whiz.
The Whiz. Give him a ticket.
Well, give him a break.
I reckon the Whiz would offload it pretty quickly if you gave him a ticket.
No, he wouldn't.
He would offload. Anyway, you can watch the granny you can go and watch it with him at
We'll watch it here at the shindig that we're having on grand final morning.
I tell you where I might be. There's a couple of good venues around our area.
That television you're sitting behind.
While we're talking about a couple of good venues, we are going to be going to a soiree on Thursday, the Thursday before the grand final, which is the 25th, I think that is. You and Sue will be there. That is building nicely, by the way. We've Dane Dusty, Stephen Mate, Glenn Jack, an abundance of ex and current AFL players will be there. The superstars, a few boys that and it is building very, very nicely.
They all got tickets. They haven't rang your friend at the M's.
It is a mixed.
The AFL to get
it is
special.
women. It is not just a men's function. It is a women and men.
And any others?
And it is
trans.
No, well, yes, and every human being is welcome, Sam.
Right.
But it is building nicely, and we have plenty of people going. You'll be there. You and Sue will be there.
Oh shit! I wouldn't miss.
No, well, you know you're going to be there.
Yeah, I know.
I'm just looking for what was that web site ticket
for us?
No, you've got ticket. What website?
If you want to get the last.
Ticket, right? I think you should. What's that? What have you written on there?
Plug a duck.
Come on.
Pluck a duck.
duck?
This is Pluck a duck. This is Plug a duck.
Plug a duck.
You've become the new Plug a duck. Every sentence you say on this podcast is either to do with some car company in Colac, or some
Plug a duck.
plasterboard company in Mount Gambier, some meat company out in the suburbs, or
Plug a duck.
or
that.
the hair company of Mosh, the Mosh Pit. Hey,
where are we?
Have you got the mosh pit in this?
Yeah.
And how many people?
I need to put a colour through.
Can I tell you, Duck?
Yes.
That so many people, as Sue and I walk around, say they listen to this podcast, and I've had a lot of people ask me what the address in Turkey is for getting a profusely growing hair. Where do I go in Turkey? And I said, that is the duck speaking shit. I said, please, I do not go to Turkey. We have a lot of people listen to this all over Australia. Do you know that?
So yeah, well, I do know that.
Well, only because I tell you.
Yeah,
you couldn't give us stuff.
Yes, I could.
It's hard enough to get you to come here.
So it's on the 25th, Sam. The 25th.
You've found it, have you?
No, I've just found. Hang on, where is it? Hang on.
Pluck a duck.
It's on the 25th of September at the Pier Hotel in Port Melbourne, Sam. So you'll be there. Starts at 6 o'clock. Yeah. Now, can I just give out this phone number? 0422 819 156. It's 0422 819 156.
How many functions are we asking people to come to? We're charging them.
We've got 300. We've got 250. We've got just under 300 coming to that, I think, Sam. So
if you want the last two spots at our grand final morning, you can get onto the website, which is YCBS. You cannot be serious. Podcast at gmail.com. YCBS
got the
podcast.
Ticket Bright. Something bright. Anyway, you can get your tickets on there as well.
For your function or
yes. Well, you'll
ours?
be there. You'll be there.
So
now, I've got to do this. I've got to just quickly bring up my son, my 6-year-old. Hello to my other children as well, Ellis, Charlotte,
I've got
Cole.
one.
But I just want to do this because
I've got a page of things to speak to you about. I haven't got past the first line yet.
Okay, good, because this is what parenting's all about. And I know your kids are grown up, and by the way, strapping kids, beautiful kids, and you've got granddaughters as well. I know, which is you'd be a great grandfather. Because you would have learnt from your mistakes when you're a father. Listen to me.
I keep my hand there because Duck taps it every now and again.
I just want to. This is a proud. I said a couple of years ago I did a podcast, Sue, and I went on and I said one of the proudest moments of my fatherhood was my daughter graduating from year 12 and then going to uni, because not too many careys have gone to year 12 and then gone on to uni, right? Yeah. So it was a big, proud moment. She was a straight A student, gorgeous kid, just got she's doing really well. So I was very, very excited about that. But I took Carter over to dinner at Sally and Ella's and Shivo's house 2 nights ago, and I took Carter there. It was a boys' night. Jess was away with the other kids down at...
Sweetie's here today.
Anyway, So
she
so
came in with you and you said, "Now, sweetie,"
so-
and she said, "Don't call me."
So
sweetie.
listen to this. This is parenting 101. So this is what Carter, 6-year-old, preppy. This is what the teacher said. This award goes to a truly kind, thoughtful and compassionate student. Carter, you're a true role model for our school values of kindness. At this stage, I'm thinking, is he mine?
You're thinking he's on drugs.
Is he mine? No. Carter greets every one of his classmates and teachers with a cheerful smile in the morning, showing genuine care for the people around him, always looking for ways to help someone out, whether it is helping them clean up or cheering a friend up. Carter knows the importance of always showing kindness and strives to do the right thing even when nobody is watching.
The man's on crack.
Right. Always encouraging others to do the same. Carter, we are so lucky to have you a part of Prep A. You're a wonderful example of how to show kindness to others every day. Thank you for helping to make our school such a wonderful place. Congratulations, Carter.
I reckon he wants a grand final ticket from you.
So, as you can imagine, he comes home, he's 6, he gets McDonald's at night, he gets a sundae, he can have some candy, he's the golden-haired boy.
On a health kick, obviously.
He can get what he wants. So the other kids are going, "Oh, Carter," I said, "Well, if you come home with a report like that, you could get what you want from dinner as well."
How long did it last?
We
Cock a hoop.
could not be happier.
Cock
right?
a hoop.
I could not have written a better appraisal of your own kid.
Testimonial.
24 hours later,
Oh, no.
we get a knock at the door.
Not the police.
Right. Your 6-year-old, along with 3 accomplices, has been throwing rocks at a ute over the fence of the school, and it has chipped the top of the car. And we're not talking 1 or 2 rocks. We're talking an abundance of rocks.
An abundance of
So
rocks.
I've sat him down. I said, "Mate," I said,
What did you
I
say
said,
to
"I
him?
read that." I said, "Then this." He goes, "I only hit it once." I said, "Now you're a give up. Now you're putting your mates in."
So did the bloke who gave
So-
the testimonial find out?
That was his teacher. That was his
Yeah.
female teacher, not the bloke. So
The testimonial, the female
yes, the
testimonial writer.
So he's gone from chocolates to boiled lollies in one day, and then the empathy shown for the person's ute was not to the satisfaction of what I wanted, and then so now the iPad's been taken. So he's gone from, like I said, getting whatever he wanted. The iPad's now been taken off him, and he's on probation.
I didn't realise.
He's only 6, by the way, but he's on probation.
So the person who gave Carter the testimonial is a woman.
Yes, it was his school
Duck,
teacher.
I would say that person's making a hit on you. I would say no one would write that about anyone's son unless they were after a grand final ticket or maybe a Chardonnay somewhere.
Isn't that an amazing?
It is.
Appraisal for your? But then he buggered it all up 24 hours later. So for those out there who are parents, I'll understand how quickly things can turn. So he's in the bad books.
So I wanted.
Geez, this has gone quick today.
See that line there?
Yeah.
That's the first topic.
No, we haven't
got down to these.
And we haven't spoken about Walsh, the Brisbane Bronco player, with the great finals, footy, the finals, or anything yet.
I haven't spoken about anyone. I just wanted to recap on Adelaide. There, Mr. Tex Walker.
Straight sets.
Mr. Tex Walker. Yeah. This is what's wrong with the game. He's a great player. He played shocking finals football. But why did he? I watched the game and saw him standing on the half-forward line, centre half-forward with one opponent, while Adelaide were fucking round down the back line, chipping it, hand passing it, kicking it across the back. He was waving, just waving. I could see him. Kick it to me, please, give us a like you, like the duck. Kick it to me, I think I'll get it, because my man who's playing on me has to wait for me to make a move. He can't preempt what I'm doing because I'm a forward. And they never kicked it to him once, and he'll probably lose his position. He's probably retired.
I think
the game is not played properly.
I've had a look. No, the Crows clearly didn't play their best footy the last 2 weeks, that's for sure.
And that's why.
Out in
because
straight
they
sets.
don't
I
play
will say this,
sensible
though.
football.
Tex Walker's first final, Sam, I think you're being a little hard. They got beaten well. He had 18 disposals and kicked 2 goals at centre-half forward. That's not a bad day. Now, he had way less than that in the second final. In saying that, they did not play anywhere near their best.
I'm a great fan of Tex Walker's.
Yeah,
he
but
was
his
all
first
at,
final.
he
his
was
first
all
final.
He wasn't.
He had 18 disposals and kicked 2.
How do you get the disposals? Oh, someone hand passed it to you and you upload it.
He doesn't get
No, but he
receives.
was so careful not to make a mistake.
I would if
He
I
ran
tell you
out
what,
on the ground with his kids at the start of the
I
game.
tell
He
you
was
what,
probably overawed by that.
You're a long time retired, and if I was the Adelaide Crows, and people will disagree with me, I would give Tex another year. I think he makes the Crows better. I don't know what I did hear him speak briefly with Mark Rasciuto, the great Mark Rasciuto, 8-time All-Australian superstar, got a grandstand named after him at the Adelaide Oval. Good man, Rupert. He's on his radio show the other day, and he didn't make a decision on it. I think he was having his exit meeting maybe today. So by the time this goes to air, he might have made a decision, or Adelaide might have made a decision for him. But if I was Adelaide Crows, I would say, Tex, you got another year. I think he makes the team better.
I want to ask you this
personal opinion.
This before we'll come back. You got time to do another?
Yes, we'll do
So I
another
just want to
quick
ask you this before I'm finished. So, in light of the fact that I think the game has disintegrated into a spectacle, it's exciting and people love it, and the attendances are up. Why do we have any, not rules about holding the ball? Why do we have any rules? Why do you have to have not let people in the square? Why do we have who can jump up for the ball at the rucks? Why do we have any rules? You've got to have a 6-6-6 lineup. Why? Do you know why? Because they're trying to make the game appealing spectacle-wise, and they're trying to contrive it. Why don't you just disband all the rules? Let anyone round the centre square, let anyone jump up for the ball, let anyone do anything. Why? Let the last person to touch the ball when it goes out of bounds, that's out of bounds, you get a free kick to the opposition.
Well, they're saying that more than likely might come in next year, Sam.
Well, why do we have any rules at all?
Between the arcs.
Let the game completely
which by the way, so if
running up its own arse.
So if you take away boundary throw-ins, which this is what they're saying, that they probably... A ruckman almost becomes insignificant.
Yes.
Now St Kilda have just paid 1.7 for a ruckman.
So you're saying if the ball goes out of bounds, the last person to touch
that'll be a free kick. It'll be a free kick. So there's no boundary throw-ins.
Right, I go along with that.
So then all of a sudden, ruckmen are only just going to be at ball ups around the ground. So it takes away half.
And then if anyone can block or jump or stop people jumping for the ball,
this is a very different. Ruckman. Now, if you're a ruckman that can actually mark the footy, then you are obviously very important. Yes. You become what ruckman should be able to. Ruckman, if you are the tallest person on the ground, you probably should be able to mark the footy. A lot of ruckmen can't. No. That's why Max Gawn's still the best ruckman in the comp, even at his age, and that's because he can mark the ball.
Yes.
Cherry, that plays for North Melbourne, just come equal first with Harry Sheasel in the best and fairest.
Harry Sheasel.
He's had a very good year, Tristan, and it was a draw. Equal first, Harry Sheasel. Everyone said he had not a great year. Well, North Melbourne said he had a great year because he won the BNF. That's his second BNF, by the way, and he's only 22 years of age. I think he is. But to say, but in saying that, what Cherry doesn't, he doesn't take a lot of marks around the ground. So if that rule comes in, all of a sudden, there's your beautiful son, all of a sudden you have to be able to mark the footy.
So... high marking's gone out of the game. I don't care what and the reason, one of them, is the ridiculous preoccupation of hitting someone's arm or hitting someone on the shoulder as you go to punch the ball. It is ridiculous.
I wish that rule was in when I was playing, chopping at the arm.
I'd play 600.
No, you'd get 600 free kicks a game. That's what you would have got.
But then that's why it's been dumbed down, that the backman has become irrelevant in order to make the game spectacular. But they've missed out. They've thrown the baby out with the bathwater, and the umpiring has to be overhauled.
One of Pago's favourite sayings that. Oh, Well, before we finish, did you see Alf Kane Corns won the Alf Brown Award?
Yeah.
Is that right? Is that his name?
Alf Brown is
Is he? Is that what it is?
He was a
legendary journalist.
Yes.
And I think the Alf Brown Award is the overarching award, like the big award, like the some would say the Brownlow, I say the MVP, but it's the equivalent of that in playing.
And
they vote for them. By the way, it's sort of unusual that the media. Well, the media. I assume the media vote for themselves.
Yes.
There's a panel that vote. Anyway, Kane Corns won the Alf Brown Award. Some people are critical of it.
What did he win it for? Exciting commentary?
Well, he's on
insight.
He's on a lot of different formats. I think he won it because he speaks his truth. I think he goes out on a line. He's just not run of the mill. He has an opinion. I think for all of those reasons, I think in my is
that the media
he gets
awards?
He gets a lot wrong.
I won that one.
Yeah, I won 3 in a row. I won 3 best special comments 3 years running.
That's it. They have an inbred meeting
and
dinner.
Isn't it funny when I won the 3 in a row? Special comments man for radio 3 years, Sam. It was I had those trophies, pride and joy in the house. Not one bit of football memorabilia up in my house, but I had the 3 best special comments, and it was then that I thought those awards were great. When I didn't win them, they were shit house. You would have won a few awards for the footy show. You would have won the best footy show 20 times, wouldn't you? You won Logies.
Well, I didn't win them. Ed won them.
You won them.
Ed won them.
You won them.
What's the? I went to
where
a
are
media.
Where are the Logies, by the way? Who gets them? Does Ed got them, or have you got them?
Got them in a case at home.
So you don't have them?
Oh, I don't have them.
So Ed took the Logies, did he?
That's right, because it's his show.
No, but Eddie, but I would say you made the show.
No, I wouldn't.
Eddie hosted the show, but you made the show.
That's not right.
People tuned in to either love you or hate you.
Listen to this. The last media award I went to, Caroline Wilson bagged and slagged Beverly O'Connor, who was sitting in the audience, so much so, tried to be edgy and smart with her, and bagged her so much she broke down in tears at the award.
Imagine if you'd done that.
This is my point. How that person stays employed is beyond me. The person who says disabled sport is not sport, they only go to watch people fall over. That's the person who said that. That's why it's just so hypocritical. Beverly O'Connor was rescued by Eddie Maguire, who came from another table and consoled her. I walked.
What year was this?
This was many years ago.
Yeah.
I walked Beverly O'Connor out to her car. She was visibly upset and shaken. I put her in a car and she drove off.
So why doesn't see that type of act from you, Sam, and obviously Eddie, and we know what Eddie's like.
Plenty of people came round and consoled her.
No, but for you to walk her out to her car and show that empathy for something. See, people don't know that sort of stuff. It's like, well, I don't know. You don't want to. You didn't say it but
I didn't. Plenty of people came and consoled her.
I know, but you're the one that walked her out to her car.
Well, she was visibly. I couldn't believe that a fellow.
Without being facetious, lucky no one was around because you wouldn't have been able to protect her. But
lucky I wasn't next to the toilets. And we'd both gone in by mistake, and I walked out on the phone.
I tell you what. I have become, people, I don't know. There'll be a couple of gossip journalists that take this the wrong way. But if you don't laugh, you'll cry. I have become a little bit of now when I'm at a restaurant or a venue,
I can imagine.
People look at me and they watch me like an eagle, and I look around
like a hawk.
I just make sure there's no one in the vicinity.
That's it.
And
particularly Sweetie.
Yes, and then I just quickly run in and I make sure that the clock's on. Sometimes I walk out, I've half peed me pants because if I'm in there for any longer than 2 minutes, I think they'll think I'm in there doing something, and it's become a bit of a joke. And I have some people with good humour. No one's been rude or been a smart ass, Sam. They have been respectful, but they've had a couple have had a little chuckle. But I have become so aware of my surroundings now near WCs. And guess what WC stands for?
Wayne Carey. Yeah. Yes, water closet Wayne Carey.
Oh, you got to laugh.
Now, we're coming back.
Okay.
So this is...
Thank you, Sam.
What?
Well done. Hooroo. We're coming back. Hooroo.
Holy